My name is Andrea Vincent, and I am with the Pine to Sea team with Realty One Group Pacifica. Today, I'm down at the Port of Ilwaco in Ilwaco, Washington. That's part of the south end of the Long Beach Peninsula, and it's right on the mouth of the Columbia River. And I'm going to tell you all about the 2020 salmon season today and what to bring and what to expect if you go on a salmon fishing charter trip. My name is Andrea Vincent, and I am with the Pine to Sea team with Realty One Group Pacifica. Aaron and I absolutely love getting phone calls from all over the place from people looking to move here to Southwest Washington. So if you are thinking about it, you have any questions about it, you want to see any properties, you need info, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. You can get on our website, and if you're like my dear old grandma, you can still handwrite me a letter and stick it in the mail. So the 2020 salmon season down here in Ilwaco, the dates have been set, but they're subject to change with the virus. You have an early Chinook season, which is June 20th to June 28th. Then you have the regular salmon season, which is June 29th to September 30th, or when the quotas have been met. And you have a 2 salmon limit. One can be Chinook, and the other, any coho has to be a clipped coho. There's pretty low returns this year on hatchery coho. The quotas are pretty low compared to last year's quota, but nevertheless, if you are interested in doing a charter trip down here, I'm going to be telling you all about what to expect and what to bring. There are 3 main charter companies down here. We have Seabreeze Charters, we have Pacific Salmon Charter, and the Coho Charters that all do salmon. There are plenty of places to stay down here, motels, restaurants. They're actually right here at the Port of Ilwaco. They also have the market down here that's every Saturday morning, and there's plenty of camping as well. You have awesome place, Cape Disappointment. There's also a private sport boat launch that's over there. You have a boat launch here in the Port of Ilwaco, and so you can head out and do some salmon fishing out in the ocean. Port of Ilwaco is actually one of my favorite places to be. I actually met my husband down here. I was one of those fish checkers you may have seen before if you are frequent to the Port of Ilwaco. I used to work for Fish and Wildlife, and my husband, I met him, he was a deckhand on one of the charter boats. So we met down here. We actually got married on one of the charter boats. So I absolutely love this place. It's dear to heart, and it's such a fun community to come check out, to visit. Great people, great things to do, and it's just absolutely gorgeous being here. You're right on the mouth of the Columbia River. You head out into the ocean. You have Astoria that's just right across the bridge. You can go check that out. So it is just wonderful. Get a hold of us if you'd like to visit. So the cool thing is, like I said, in Ilwaco, I met my husband, deckhand Billy, down there in Ilwaco. He was a charter boat deckhand, and I would like to ask him some questions about what you can expect for charter boat salmon fishing. So if folks want to, book a charter boat salmon fishing trip, what should they bring with them?
So food-wise, sandwiches, what have you, water. If you get seasick, obviously bring, your Dramamine, your Bonine, go to the doctor, get your patch for behind your ear. They even got the little bracelets. You can bring beer. As far as hard alcohol in bottles, they They don't allow it. They don't recommend it. Just glass breaks, and people just get too messed up on that. Beer is okay, just not too much. If you get too out of control, too drunk, they'll make you quit fishing, put you inside, basically put you in a timeout.
We have a lot of hotels, restaurants, everything down there that you can stay at the night before. And so, if you want to stay there the night before and get your cooler together, like Billy said, with your sandwiches, your food, your beers, your drinks, whatever, you can bring that on. You're more than welcome to. What time does salmon fishing usually take off from the docks?
Each office is different. It could be anywhere, be to the boat by 5 o'clock or so, if I remember correctly. I don't think it's any much later than that. Just be there a little bit early, check in at the office, do what you need to do there, and then head to the boat.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about getting your license ahead of time. So if you're worried about, like, what kind of fishing license do I need, what do I get, you can get those through the office, correct?
You can get a one-day license there at the office. There's several offices down there to choose from, but you can get a one-day. If you have your own license, either a combination license, you can have an Oregon license, a Washington license, because if you're in the river or the ocean, it does not matter.
Yeah. So, and then this year we have the rules of two fish per person. And I explained those rules a little bit earlier. If you are lucky enough to get some fish, there are places, whichever charter company that you go through, they have vacuum packing and filleting options, I believe, correct?
Correct. Like Pacific Salmon Charters behind the office there, you can take your fish there. They can fillet them and vacuum pack them. You can take them whole if you want to do that yourself. Because on the boats, all they do is they'll gut the fish, they'll bleed them out, put them on ice for you. The other offices are Seabreeze and there's Coho Charters. You can take the fish to, was it the cannery there?
Yeah, the cannery, yeah.
The cannery, and they can fillet them out and do all that stuff for you. When you go out, you can expect to be out all day, probably back to the dock 3:30, 4 o'clock, depending. If you get into the fish, you can be back much sooner. If it's slow, don't be hard on the deckhands. They're doing their best. The way they fish here in Ilwaco is they have the divers with your leader coming off. When they're in the water, there's 3 rules. Rule number 1 is do not set the hook. Rule number 2, do not set the hook. Rule number 3, you guessed her, don't set the hook. You're trolling and fish hits it. 9 times out of 10 it's going to hook itself. Always keep pressure on it. Get any slack, since they are barbless hooks, it'll spit the hook. If you're lucky enough to get a Chinook, you'll take it to the back of the boat and they'll explain all this. They'll go through it with you. When you're coming back in, I know I don't do this anymore. I don't deckhand anymore, but there's signs on the way in. Please tip your deckhand. They don't make much money. They make most of their money, I'd say 90% of it, off of tips.
And they work their ass off for you.
And they will work their ass off for you. They're changing bait every 10 minutes. They're netting fish. They got to clean them.
Getting lines uncrossed, everything else, so.
The tangles, they're there. They're at the boat well before the captain is, getting everything ready. If you want to bring your own fishing pole, your own gear, that's fine. Most the charter outfits down there will allow it. Some people like to bring them big old noodle rods. Well, I'm going to tell you from experience, those are a pain in the ass. They'll put you on the back of the boat just because them things are longer. If you put them on the side of the boat, they're just going to get tangled with everybody else. But you can bring them. If you want to bring your own divers, whatever it is you want to try, just let the deckhand know, hey, I got this stuff, can I try it? 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you, okay.
And so usually, I get asked a lot. So I was a former fish checker, like I explained earlier. And I get asked a lot from people that want to go on charter boats. Like, what is the normal tip for a deckhand? Like, what are you supposed to tip these guys? Like, what's your average tip?
It really all depends, Various people, if the fishing's hot, you're really busting your butt, you know, they're going to throw you $20. Fishing slow, depending on the customer. If they're repeat customers, you know, it's always going to be the same. You know, I would say it's anywhere $10 to $20.
Yeah.
Honestly. Of course, we've all had more and we've all had less. We got our fish. We had 20 people on board when I was fishing in Pacific Dream. We got 40 fish within about 3 hours, and you know, we busted our butts. And I mean, I only walked off the boat with $40. It varies. You can get good days where you know people tip you good, and there's days that they won't.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, if you're coming down there for an experience, make sure you tip these guys well. They're out there busting their balls like you just heard. They're doing all this work for you guys. So the main thing is, you know, if you guys want to get a hold of us, I know all of the charter companies down there. I've worked with all of them. You can call any of them, and I'll put the information below so you can get a hold of them for the upcoming salmon season. And we'll also do videos for the upcoming other seasons. You know, right now we're kind of on pause with the COVID for the bottom fish and halibut season and lingcod. So that's kind of on hold right now. But stay tuned for other fishing seasons, because I know all the folks down there. We will be doing all the videos and straight coming to you fresh, hot from the press. Videos from all those guys down there working the docks, and I will let you know all about fishing seasons going on. And don't forget, if you are interested in living here or moving down here, Southwest Washington, give us a call, shoot us a text, send me an email. Any way you'd like to throw a note in a salmon's mouth and have him swim up the river and get a hold of me. Any way you'd like to. I'm more than happy to help you out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and tight lines.